Faced with awkward moments, old minders, while Bailey won't let it go, making the mother outside aware of old Ma's scandal. Now the son is really in trouble. So, the mother had to leave quietly, grievous-laden. Old Ma chased out, only to find blinding sunlight in an empty street, filled with self-blame, feeling useless. Little Bao was clever, finding Grandma downstairs. Not even cold-hearted Bailey would evict an elderly person at midnight. The bed suddenly appeared in Little Bao's room. Old Ma gazed at his anger-red mother, feeling mixed emotions, wondering how life had turned chaotic. If Bailey were like Xu Feng, life would be happier. Next morning, Old Ma, like an out-of-control miner, decided to find Xu Feng. He actually admitted it was his fault and truly liked Xu Feng, but Xu Feng straightforwardly said, "Old Ma, you're clueless about women." Indeed, women always understand women. Although Bailey is domineering, she can't be overlooked for her selfless dedication to the family. Old Ma, facing family conflicts, always dodges and neglects Bailey's emotional needs. Riding his bike slowly in, Old Ma was stopped by the factory manager. It was like a roller coaster ride. Little did he know the manager would lay him off family discord, caught cheating, suddenly into midlife crisis. Old Ma's self-esteem crumbles, anger mingled with helplessness, heart styled truly maddening. At this moment, Old Ma was a walking corpse, fate joked cruelly. He decided to end this exciting life on a bridge. Factory manager sought Bailey in the rain, wanting her to return. Initially, he feared Old Ma had caused trouble, but police revealed his belongings, clarifying what happened. It dawned on him, with the shock some things in life are indeed just too difficult to confront. "Ba Liang, I'm sorry, I can't take care of you in your old age, but could you please look after Little Bao for me?" "Little Bao, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to handle the violin lessons all by yourself from now on." Bailey tossed and turned all night, sleepless, realizing that her husband of over 10 years now felt like her enemy. The factory manager felt guilty for telling Old Ma about his leave early. Bailey grew increasingly scared. In the theater, Grandma cried till nearly fainting. Little Bao hugged his dad's picture, eyes red with tears. Bailey stayed expressionless, silent. She even said something that was both amusing and exasperating. "I've come here specifically to deliver your documents." "Oh, I'm here at the moment." "Why didn't you come?" "You had to come instead. Let my dad go. Let my dad go." "You let my dad go?" Wai Mei worried about Bailey and tried to comfort her, but Bailey insisted she never would. It's not shameful for a man to cry, but he still couldn't comprehend why, after finally moving into a new home, they were facing the threat of divorce. A friend interrupted, claiming she was a Feng Shui master. When she first visited Bailey's new home, she sensed something off. "Look at that situation, it's a Feng Shui taboo." A friend confidently claimed, "That's what we call bad Feng Shui." Yet Bailey was utterly unconcerned. If only he had known it would come to this, Old Ma might as well have jumped into the river, leaving Grandma and Little Bao to me. The more I want to say this, the more dazzling it seems. Am I really that incompetent? That's certainly not what I think. She simply couldn't understand why Old Ma chose this path. At night, Grandma decided to respect her son's wishes and stay by Little Bao until he grows up. Bailey felt overwhelmed, thinking she couldn't bear the family responsibilities. So, she straightforwardly quit her job at the in-laws and picked up a lunchbox. She heard good business could earn $2,000 a month. That much? She couldn't pass it up. She no longer boasted. The lunchbox route was no joke. Bailey, straightforward, had never done such tough work. But thinking of Little Bao's size, she persevered, shouldering half the family's burden. Every day when she came home, she would collapse onto the bed, yet she willingly put all her earnings on the table. Her friends knew she was making lunchboxes and thought she was pitiful, wanting to set her up with a respectable job, but Bailey didn't feel ashamed at all. In fact, she thought it suited her better. I'm not some pampered princess. Bailey always knew her son was the most important, but every night she felt something was off. Especially when she discovered her son had placed Old Ma's picture on the dinner table. She asked her son to put the picture away. Was he supposed to clean up the household chores? After a while, she found the picture back on the bed. Bailey hurried to hide it, feeling mixed emotions. She couldn't understand why her son hated her so much. All she knew was that her son was a great student, her only hope for the future. 10 years passed, and Bailey's struggle never waned. The only difference was the marks time left on her face. Little Bao grew up and was now in his final year of high school, but all these years he had been indifferent to Bailey. Every time they met, she would only ask the same question, "How did you do on the exam today?" And before she knew it, it felt like a parent's heartfelt voice. Bailey hadn't given up hope. wishing little Bao could have a better future, actively following his studies. A friend found the chance this path could land a good job, aiding little Bao's future planning. In life, there are always moments of light and darkness, and when faced with challenges, she harbors the hope that little Bao can find his own direction in the dark.